Destiny 2, a huge improvement. I wasn't a huge fan of the original Destiny. I ended up giving it a 6.5. It just never felt like a complete game to me. This time around though, Destiny 2 definitely feels like a complete game. You start out choosing a class for your preferred playstyle, creating your character, then you're thrown into the world of Destiny, right into its story. The story is an Uncharted level, the writing isn't that great, but it's passable. And the characters you meet throughout actually have personality. They're cutscenes. It isn't just background noise like the original Destiny. Still again, the writing isn't great, so I felt no urgency trying to take down the bad guy and save the Traveler. However, this is still a very real campaign. The campaign is about 12 hours long. It's cinematic at moments, but missions finally feel unique. It isn't running through the same map just a little deeper each time like the first Destiny. No, there are still planets here, but these planets have story missions that take you to completely new and fresh locations to complete missions each time. You'll be doing a mix of straight up clearing areas of a variety of enemies that'll occasionally even be fighting each other, taking down mini bosses, main bosses, vehicle levels. The campaign feels fresh throughout. However, to me, it sort of loses its spark halfway through and starts to feel a little more lazy, with its mission structure and level design feeling more like the original Destiny. Not quite as bad, but it gets close at times. Improved like the story and campaign is the loot drops. They're not too frequent, not too rare. Weapons feel unique, so there's plenty to fall in love with. Though a few things have changed with the weapons and armor system. First, the same. There are different subclasses you can unlock for your Guardian and dump skill tree points into your preferred grenade type, shield type, jump type, and enhancements for your grenades and super moves, which like grenades are on a cooldown and can be boosted with combat and armor. You still slot armor and dismantle them for parts and cash to buy weapons off of characters, but different is the fact that shaders are now microtransactions because of course they are. These items can only be used once on individual weapons and gear, and in a game like Destiny you'll be swapping in new gear every hour at the most, extremely slimy. But new to the weapon system is that you still have 3 weapon types, but this time you have a kinetic weapon, an energy weapon, and a power weapon. There's no main, side, and heavy like your typical shooter. Kinetic and energy weapons are exactly the same weapon types, however one has an element attached to it, which is used for shooting through enemy energy fields. I thought this was a pretty cool system as it encourages constant weapon swapping. This means though that there are no more rocket launchers. Instead, shotguns, grenade launchers, and sniper rifles live in the power weapon slot. These weapons have such a small clip and ammo capacity that they're practically useless outside of boss battles, which are done much better this time around, as is the delivery of the campaign itself. The campaign is actually perfectly paced this time, with a couple of missions requiring you to reach a certain level before you progress the story, so that the campaign is very beatable playing solo. Level requirements usually annoy me, but they annoy me less here because there is so much to do on these planets. There are adventure missions, which are essentially solo side quests. There are public events where you can team up with random players to take down a huge wave of enemies for some rare gear. Strikes are back, where you go through a dungeon to take down a massive boss with a team of 3. And then there's the Crucible, which to me is the only thing I feel took a hit. The Crucible is a PvP mode like Call of Duty, where you'll randomly play kill confirm, team deathmatch, and capture and hold type matches against other players with weapons and shield bounces to take away that level advantage. But this time it's 4v4 instead of 6v6, and because of that, matches just felt less fun to me. The Crucible was my favorite part of the original Destiny, but here things just aren't as hectic. Teams bundle up together for easy kills against single players, it's just not fun. And in quick play there are only 2 maps, and it takes forever to find a match compared to competitive with its 6 different maps but still slow match building times. No raids to talk about yet, those start dropping next week. But even with no raids yet, Destiny 2 is still a solid game. As someone that was not a Destiny fan, I think it says a lot how much I enjoyed this one more, even if its competitive modes to me aren't as fun. I give Destiny 2 an 8 out of 10. If you played Destiny 2, tell me what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you haven't played it, tell me if you plan on picking it up. Thumbs up. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thanks for watching.
That's a good job, Colonel.
If you like this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon so that I can continue to bring you reviews for all the newest games at patreon.com/superkengaming. You'll get access to early audio and video versions of reviews, exclusive Let's Play videos, and you'll even get to choose the game I play next. Thanks for watching, and of course, stay beautiful.